You're not losing because you're weak. You're losing because you're playing fair in a world that never was. Look around you for a moment. Really look. Life isn't fair. It never was. And deep down, you already know this, even if no one ever taught you how to say it out loud. Good people don't win by default. Kind people don't get rewarded automatically. Loyal people don't get protected. They get used. The person who stays late at work, who gives their best, who trusts easily, often ends up watching someone else take the credit. The one who speaks honestly is labeled naive. The one who helps everyone quietly becomes invisible. And the one who plays fair? He's usually the one standing alone, wondering what went wrong. This isn't bad luck. This isn't fate. This is reality. The world does not care about your intentions. It doesn't care how pure your heart is or how hard you try. The world doesn't measure you by your effort. It measures you by your position. Power decides who gets heard. Power decides who gets protected. Power decides who gets replaced. Every single day, someone around you is outsmarting you, not because they're smarter, but because they understand how the game actually works. Your coworker who smiles in your face while quietly taking your ideas. Your friend who supports you publicly but envies you privately. The relative who pretends to pray for your success while hoping you never rise too high. They're not villains. They're not evil masterminds. They're just playing the game you were never taught. Life is not a peaceful journey. It's a silent battlefield. No uniforms. No announcements. No clear enemies. The battles are fought with words, with timing, with perception, with silence. And most people lose without ever realizing they were in a war. You don't get attacked openly. You get ignored. You get delayed. You get replaced. And the most dangerous part? The world won't tell you why. It will let you believe you're the problem. That you're not good enough. Not lucky enough. Not confident enough. While the truth is far more uncomfortable, you were never taught how power really moves. From a young age, you were told comforting lies. Be honest and everything will work out. Be kind and people will respect you. Hard work always pays off. But no one told you the second half of the story. Honesty without strategy makes you predictable. Kindness without boundaries makes you exploitable. Hard work without visibility makes you replaceable. The world doesn't reward morality, it rewards control. Control over emotions. Control over information. Control over perception. And while you were busy trying to be liked, someone else was busy learning how to be feared, respected, or needed. While you were explaining yourself, someone else was staying silent and letting others guess. While you were waiting your turn, someone else was already moving pieces behind the scenes. This is why life feels unfair. Because you're playing chess like it's checkers. Look closely at your own experiences. Think about the moments where you felt betrayed, overlooked, or underestimated. Those moments weren't random. They were lessons, brutal ones, pointing to a truth you weren't ready to hear yet. People don't rise because they deserve it. They rise because they position themselves. People don't fall because they're weak. They fall because they're exposed. And the scariest realization of all? Most people around you are not rooting for your success. They're calculating your limits. They want to know how far you'll go before you push back. How much you'll tolerate before you walk away. How much you'll give before you demand respect. And once they know those limits, they use them. This doesn't mean everyone is evil. It means everyone is human. And human nature hasn't changed in thousands of years. That's why this conversation matters. Because once you see the world clearly, you can never unsee it. Once you understand how power actually works, you stop blaming yourself, and you start protecting yourself. This is not about becoming cruel. This is not about hurting people. This is about survival with awareness. About knowing when to speak and when to stay silent. When to trust and when to observe. When to step forward and when to disappear. Because in a world that rewards power, ignorance is not innocence. It's vulnerability. And vulnerability is always exploited. Most people live their entire lives reacting to insults, to losses, to betrayals, to missed opportunities. They never realize they're always one step behind because they never learned how to think strategically. They don't control the game. They respond to it. But there is another way to live. A way where you don't announce your moves, where you don't show your hand too early, where you don't confuse kindness with weakness. A way where people hesitate before crossing you, where your presence carries weight, where silence works harder than words ever could. That way of thinking was understood centuries ago by a man who didn't study how the world should work, but how it actually works. A man who watched kings rise and fall, who saw loyalty turn into betrayal overnight, who understood that power doesn't belong to the loudest voice, but to the sharpest mind. His name was Niccolò Machiavelli, and what he understood 500 years ago, most people still refuse to accept today. Life looks calm on the surface. People laugh. They greet each other. They shake hands. They ask how you're doing. Everything feels normal, civil, safe. But beneath that surface, something else is happening. A game. A quiet one. No one announces it. No one explains the rules. And that's exactly why most people lose. Because life is not a fair competition where effort guarantees reward. It's a silent battlefield where positioning decides everything. Every room you walk into already has an invisible hierarchy. Someone has influence. Someone has leverage. Someone has nothing yet. And the dangerous part is this: the game is being played whether you agree to it or not. At work, your coworker isn't just being friendly. He's observing. He's watching how confident you are, how much you speak, how easily you get emotional, how often you doubt yourself. He's measuring where you stand, not consciously but instinctively. Human beings are always ranking each other. Your boss does the same. Your friends do the same. Even your family does the same. Not because they're evil, but because power dynamics are natural. Who leads conversations? Who gets interrupted? Who apologizes first? Who gets credit? Who gets ignored? These are not random moments. They are signals. And once people read those signals, they treat you accordingly. If you appear unsure, they push. If you appear emotional, they provoke. If you appear too available, they take you for granted. This is why so many people feel disrespected but can't explain why. They feel unseen, unheard, stepped over. Yet when they complain, the world tells them they're imagining things. They're not. They're just losing a game they didn't know existed. Life doesn't attack you loudly. It doesn't scream that it's about to betray you. It does it quietly, through delays, through exclusions, through missed opportunities, through conversations that happen without you in the room. The promotion you never hear about, the decision made before you're consulted, the joke that crosses the line just to see if you'll react. These are tests. And every reaction you give becomes data. When you defend yourself emotionally, you reveal insecurity. When you overshare, you reveal leverage. When you complain openly, you reveal frustration. And the game adjusts around you. Most people think power is loud. They think it looks like dominance, aggression, control. But real power is subtle. It's the ability to influence outcomes without ever being seen as the source. The most dangerous players don't threaten. They don't argue. They don't explain themselves. They observe. They wait. They let others reveal everything. While you're busy trying to prove yourself, they're busy studying you. Think about it. The people who always seem to win don't look like they're fighting. They don't rush. They don't panic. They don't react to every situation. Somehow, things just work out for them. But it's not luck. It's positioning. They know when to speak and when silence creates pressure. They know when to show strength and when appearing harmless keeps enemies relaxed. They know that the first person to reveal their intentions loses control. This is why being real all the time is dangerous. When you show your full hand, people know exactly how to deal with you. They know what scares you. They know what motivates you. They know how far they can push before you snap. Predictability is comfort for others and weakness for you. The game rewards those who can be read the least. And here's the uncomfortable truth most people avoid. Even the people closest to you are part of this game. Friends compare progress. Relatives compare status. Support often turns into quiet competition. Not always out of hatred, but out of insecurity. When you grow, it forces others to confront where they didn't. When you rise, it exposes who stayed still. And instead of admitting that pain, Many people try to pull you back down to where they're comfortable. So they joke, they doubt, they discourage. They don't attack you directly. They do it subtly, enough to slow you down, not enough to look guilty. This is how the game stays invisible. And the people who suffer the most are the ones who believe life is supposed to be fair. They think intentions matter more than outcomes. They think effort speaks louder than results. They think people will notice their value without them having to protect it. But the world doesn't reward what you are. It rewards what you appear to be. And appearance is a weapon. This is why silence is powerful. Why absence creates value. Why mystery creates respect. When people don't know your next move, they hesitate. When they can't read you, they become cautious. When they can't predict you, they lose control. Most people live reactively. They respond to pressure. They defend themselves. They explain. They justify. And every explanation gives away power. Strategic people do the opposite. They let misunderstandings exist. They let others underestimate them. They let the game unfold while they quietly adjust their position. They understand that not every battle is meant to be fought. Some are meant to be avoided. Some are meant to be delayed. And some are meant to be ended before they even begin. This is what separates players from pieces. Pieces move when they're pushed. Players move when it benefits them. And once you understand this, something changes inside you. You stop reacting emotionally. You stop seeking approval. You stop trying to convince people of your worth. Because you realize something powerful. The game doesn't care how you feel. It only responds to how you move. And the moment you see life for what it really is, not a moral test, but a strategic one, you gain an advantage most people never will. You stop asking, "Why is this happening to me?" and start asking, "What position does this put me in?" You stop feeling cursed and start feeling aware. This is the mindset Machiavelli understood centuries ago. He didn't hate people. He didn't despise morality. He simply accepted human nature without illusions. And acceptance is power, because once you stop pretending the world is fair, you stop being surprised by it. And once you stop being surprised, you stop being controlled. You're no longer a victim of the game. You're finally a player. Once you accept that life is a game, the next question becomes unavoidable. Who actually understands the rules? Because most people don't. They feel the pressure. They sense the injustice. They experience the betrayal. But they never understand why it happens. 500 years ago, one man did. He didn't write to make people feel good. He didn't write to inspire hope. He wrote to expose reality. His name was Niccolò Machiavelli. Machiavelli didn't live in a peaceful world. He lived in chaos, in betrayal, in blood-soaked politics where power shifted overnight and loyalty meant nothing once survival was on the line. Kings rose and fell not because they were good men, but because they understood one brutal truth. Power does not belong to the righteous. It belongs to the strategic. Machiavelli watched rulers who trusted too easily get destroyed. He saw leaders who relied on love alone get betrayed by the very people they protected. And he saw something even more dangerous. Men who believed morality would save them in a world that rewarded manipulation. So he decided to do what few dare to do. He studied power without emotion, without judgment, without illusion. He didn't ask how leaders should behave. He asked how leaders survive. And what he discovered still makes people uncomfortable today. Because Machiavelli didn't flatter human nature. He exposed it. He understood that people are driven by fear, desire, insecurity, and self-interest, not by ideals. He understood that loyalty lasts only as long as it's useful. That promises mean nothing when circumstances change. That appearances matter more than intentions. And most importantly, he understood this. Those who complain about the game lose. Those who learn the game win. If Machiavelli were alive today, he wouldn't be shocked by modern life. He wouldn't be confused by office politics, fake friendships, public personas, or silent betrayals. He would recognize all of it. Social media would just be another battlefield. Corporate culture would just be another kingdom. Public image would still be armor. Silence would still be a weapon. He wouldn't waste time arguing online. He wouldn't explain himself to people who already decided how to see him. He wouldn't chase validation or approval. He would move quietly, strategically, like a shadow, making people think they were winning, while he held every card. That's what made Machiavelli dangerous. Not cruelty, but clarity. He understood that most people destroy themselves not because they're weak, but because they're naive. They believe effort will protect them. They believe honesty will shield them. They believe being liked is the same as being respected. Machiavelli knew better. He knew that respect comes from leverage. That safety comes from positioning. That survival comes from understanding human behavior, not trusting it blindly. And this is why his ideas still survive centuries later. Because human nature hasn't changed. People still smile while competing. They still praise you publicly and doubt you privately. They still support you until your success threatens their comfort. The environment has changed. The technology has changed. The rules have not. That's why today matters. Because what you're about to learn isn't history. It's a mirror. These are not moral lessons. They are survival principles. Rules that powerful people already follow instinctively, while everyone else learns the hard way. Today, you're being given 21 laws of power, not to turn you into a villain, but to stop you from being a victim. Not to make you heartless, but to make you aware. Not to destroy others, but to protect yourself from being destroyed. If you master these laws, something will change. You'll stop over-explaining. You'll stop reacting emotionally. You'll stop revealing everything about yourself to people who haven't earned access. You'll start moving with intention, speaking with restraint, and choosing silence when others expect noise. People won't know what changed, but they'll feel it. They'll hesitate before disrespecting you. They'll think twice before underestimating you. They'll sense something solid beneath your calm. Not arrogance, not aggression, control. You'll walk differently. You'll speak differently. You'll carry yourself like someone who understands how the game is played. And before we go any further, this has to be locked into your mind. Not as a quote, but as an identity. You don't chase power. You become it. Because chasing power makes you desperate. Becoming power makes others adjust around you. This is the difference between noise and presence. Between reaction and control. Between being played and writing the rules. From this point forward, each law will strip away another illusion. Each rule will sharpen your awareness. Some will make you uncomfortable. Some will challenge what you were taught. That's a good sign, because comfort keeps you weak. Awareness makes you dangerous. Machiavelli never promised morality. He promised survival. And in a world that quietly rewards power, survival is the first victory. Before you can control people, situations, or outcomes, you must first control yourself. This is where most people fail. They want influence without discipline, respect without restraint, power without responsibility. Machiavelli understood something most never will. Power does not begin in the world. It begins inside you. That's why the first laws are not about domination. They're about self-mastery. Because if you can't control your mouth, your emotions, and your visibility, the world will control you. Rule 1. Never show all your cards. The moment people fully understand you, you become predictable. And predictability is weakness. When others know your plans, they prepare against you. When they know your fears, they use them. When they know your strengths, they try to copy or neutralize them. The powerful stay partially hidden. They reveal only what serves them. You don't owe anyone full access to your thoughts, your goals, or your next move. Mystery creates distance. Distance creates respect. Power lives in what people don't know about you. Rule 2. Control your emotions or be controlled. The fastest way to lose power is to lose control. Anger exposes you. Desperation reveals weakness. Overexcitement makes you careless. People test emotions because emotions give leverage. The moment you react, the game shifts in their favor. The calm person always wins, not because he's passive, but because he sees clearly while others drown in feeling. Silence, patience, and restraint are not softness. They are weapons. Rule 3. Make people depend on you. Being liked is fragile. Being needed is permanent. People replace those they don't rely on. They protect those they cannot function without. Power grows when your absence creates problems. Become the person with the solution, the skill, the connection, the knowledge. When others depend on you, loyalty stops being emotional. It becomes structural. Dependency is invisible control. Rule 4. Master the art of disguise. The world is not kind to honest ambition. If people see your hunger too clearly, they block you. If they sense your power too early, they attack. So the powerful wear masks. Sometimes you appear harmless. Sometimes you appear agreeable. Sometimes you let others underestimate you. This is not lying. This is survival. Machiavelli knew that power revealed too soon is power destroyed too early. Hide your strength until it's too late to stop you. Rule 5. Strike first, but strike smart. Opportunities do not wait. Threats do not announce themselves. The one who moves first controls the narrative. This doesn't mean reckless aggression. It means decisive timing. When you sense betrayal, act early. When you see an opening, take it. When you feel pressure closing in, break the pattern before it traps you. Hesitation hands control to someone else. In power games, the first move often decides the end. Rule 6. Protect your reputation like your life. Your reputation enters the room before you do. People decide how to treat you before you ever speak, based on what they believe about you. A damaged reputation weakens every move you make. A strong reputation amplifies even silence. The powerful avoid unnecessary drama. They don't argue publicly. They don't fight small battles that make them look desperate. They let their image do the work. Your name is armor. Guard it. Rule 7. Keep your plans invisible. Nothing attracts sabotage faster than announced ambition. The moment people know your direction, they interfere. Out of jealousy, out of fear, out of self-interest. The strongest moves happen quietly. You smile. You listen. You say very little. And while others talk, you prepare. When your move finally appears, it feels sudden, but it was planned long ago. Invisible planning creates unstoppable outcomes. Why these laws matter? These first 7 laws are not about controlling others. They are about discipline, restraint, and awareness. If you master these, you stop leaking power. You stop exposing yourself unnecessarily. You stop giving people tools to use against you. You become harder to read, harder to manipulate, harder to replace. This is the foundation. Without it, every other law collapses. Because power given to an undisciplined mind always self-destructs. Once you have mastered yourself, the next step is mastering the world around you. This is where the game becomes visible, but only to those who are prepared to see it. Life rewards the patient, the calculated, and the invisible. It punishes the loud, the predictable, and the naive. Law 8. Use absence to gain respect. Being everywhere makes you ordinary. Being scarce makes you valuable. People take presence for granted. When you step away strategically, curiosity grows. Absence creates tension, importance, and respect. The world notices when you vanish. And in that noticing, your value multiplies. Disappear, and let the space you leave speak louder than the words you would say. Law 9. Turn enemies into stepping stones. Enemies are not just threats, they are tools. Every attack, insult, or act of betrayal teaches you something about yourself. Your weaknesses, your strengths, your position. Instead of fighting them blindly, use them. Let their resistance sharpen your strategy. Let their hate fuel your ascent. Let their attempts to stop you highlight where you need to act. The one who turns enemies into lessons or leverage is the one who rises. Law 10. Reward loyalty, but never depend on it. Loyalty is fragile. Human nature is selfish. Someone may swear allegiance today and betray you tomorrow if their interest shifts. Reward loyalty, acknowledge it, but never let your trust become your vulnerability. True loyalty is earned when someone cannot exist without you, and that is the only loyalty worth holding. Prepare for betrayal, replace quickly, and move forward without hesitation. Law 11. Keep people competing for your approval. Power thrives when others strive. Complacency kills influence. Let people believe your favor, recognition or approval is earned, not guaranteed. Give small rewards, then pull back. Praise selectively. Appear strategic. Competition keeps allies sharp and enemies cautious. It maintains respect, prevents laziness, and ensures everyone moves with intensity. Law 12. Silence is your greatest weapon. Words reveal thoughts, intentions, and fears. Silence hides them. When you speak sparingly, every word carries weight. When you listen, people reveal their secrets. When you pause, others overthink. Mystery is magnetic. Silence creates power. Arguments are won without speaking. Negotiations are swayed without raising a voice. In the world of strategy, less is more. Law 13. Crush threats before they grow. Small problems ignored become disasters. Minor enemies tolerated become rivals. Powerful people neutralize threats when they are still weak. Timing is everything. Hesitation is fatal. A decisive action at the right moment prevents future battles. The strong know mercy for a potential threat is cruelty to themselves. Law 14. Never fight battles that don't serve you. Energy is your weapon. Wasting it on petty conflicts weakens your influence. Not every provocation deserves a response. Not every insult demands retaliation. Choose battles that advance your position, expand your control, or remove genuine threats. The rest? Let them fight over crumbs. Your eyes are on the throne. Law 15. Always appear strong even when you're not. Perception is reality. People judge what they see, not what is true. If you look weak, they will attack. If you appear strong, even in moments of struggle, they hesitate. Confidence becomes armor. Calm becomes a shield. Your projected strength can deter threats long before you take action. Law 16. Build power in the shadows. Bragging is for the insecure. Real power grows quietly. Connections are made in whispers. Resources are acquired while others are distracted. Skill is refined in private. By the time the world notices, your foundation is untouchable. The quiet rise is the deadliest rise. Patience turns preparation into inevitability. Law 17. Use fear to keep people in line. Fear maintains order. Comfort invites disrespect. A subtle sense of consequence keeps people cautious and aligned. Not cruelty, but strategic intimidation. A glance, a pause, a silent response, these can be enough to remind others that crossing you has a cost. Fear motivates attention, discipline, and respect where words fail. Law 18. Control information. Knowledge is power, only if you decide who gets it. Share selectively. Filter facts. Control narratives. Misdirection keeps rivals chasing shadows while you act undisturbed. The one who controls information controls perception. And controlling perception is controlling reality itself. Law 19. Cut off weakness without mercy. Weakness is contagious. Lazy allies, fearful partners, and disloyal followers will drag you down. Remove them swiftly. Protect your energy, protect your momentum, protect your circle. Even within yourself, address weakness relentlessly. Build habits that enhance your strength, eliminate what drains you, and face your fears directly. Law 20. Always leave them guessing. Predictability is vulnerability. The unknown is armor. Change routines. Surprise allies and enemies alike. Pause, redirect, or vanish. Keep people off balance. The less they can read, the more they hesitate, and hesitation is power. Law 21. Leave a legacy of power, not noise. Most people die forgotten because they chase attention, not influence. True power is timeless. Build structures, relationships, and reputations that outlast your presence. Move with long-term intention. Plant seeds that grow silently. Step back when necessary. Let your influence echo, even in absence. Power is not the loudest voice. It is the silent, indelible mark you leave behind. Foundation message. Rules 8 to 21 are about expanding control outward. They take the foundation of self-mastery and transform it into influence, strategy, and untouchable authority. When you move with awareness, discipline, and patience, People hesitate before challenging you. Enemies become tools or lessons. Allies compete for your approval and respect. Your presence commands attention without a word. Machiavelli's genius was not in advocating cruelty, but in understanding reality without illusion. The world is not fair. It is a battlefield. But the one who walks quietly, strikes strategically, and leaves chaos in their absence. That one becomes untouchable. You now hold the blueprint. The choice is yours, to continue reacting, or to become the player no one can read and no one can stop. Now you see the world for what it truly is, a silent battlefield, a game of masks, moves, and shadows. The weak are played. The naive are crushed. But you have the map, the rules, and the mindset. Walk quietly, strike strategically, and speak only when your words carry weight. Let people wonder, let them hesitate, let them chase illusions while you move like a shadow they cannot touch. Power isn't given. It isn't taken. It is built, brick by brick, silence by silence, choice by calculated choice. Become untouchable. Become the game no one can predict.